If you're watching this video, either you think you might have ADHD, the person who sent it to you thinks you have ADHD, or you've fallen down the YouTube hole while you were supposed to be doing something else, in which case you might. For those of you who don't know, ADHD stands for Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder, which is a terrible name actually because you don't have to be hyperactive to have it, and it's not like you don't have enough attention. Your attention just is all over the place.
There are three main types of ADHD. Type 1, inattentive, which people used to call ADD. Type 2, hyperactivity, and Type 3, which is what I have, and it's the most common, a combination of both.
So how do these apply to real life? Tell me if any of these sound familiar. You can't sit still. You bite your nails. You get into a relationship and forget to go to class or work or eat. You click your pen on and off. Your long-term goals change at least once a month. You're not sure what your long-term goals are. You're not sure what long-term goals are. You're either being completely lazy or trying to do everything at the same time. Your sense of time is now and not now. It's usually not now. I'll take care of it later means I've already forgotten what you're talking to me about. You're watching another video at the same time as this one. Your email inbox has like 23,456 emails in it. Ooh, 57. 58. I should really do something about this. You don't have files, you have piles. You don't listen so much as daydream with a soundtrack. You have a credit card that's only for emergencies? Everything's an emergency. You're late on bills, you actually have the money to pay. Everything's exciting. I'm bored. Your closet looks like this. Your room looks like this. Your car looks like this. Chances are everyone can relate to some of these, and that kind of creates an issue for those of us who really do have ADHD, because people tend to say things like, ADHD doesn't exist, or, well, we all have ADHD sometimes. But to paraphrase Dr. Stephen Kurtz of the Child Mind Institute, that's like saying everyone taller than the ground is tall, so tall doesn't really exist. Or that since sometimes we're taller than the person next to us, we're all tall sometimes. Sure, but when you're talking about somebody who's 6'5", they're tall pretty much all the time, and they probably have a harder time finding pants. There are those of us who really can be recognized as having ADHD, and we might also need a little help finding our pants. We're talking about something that happens so often, it makes everyday life a challenge. To actually be diagnosed with ADHD, you need to have at least 5 symptoms that you've struggled with since before the age of 12 that interfere with several different aspects of your life. If a lot of this seems familiar and you think you might have ADHD, here are 5 things you need to know. 1, it's not your fault. You didn't cause it, and the things you struggle with aren't character defects. They're a result of how your brain is structured and an actual chemical imbalance in your brain. 2, it's not all bad. There are some great perks that go along with being ADHD. Those of us with ADHD tend to be creative, smart, funny, empathic, plus we can hyper-focus, and that's kind of like a superpower. 3, as far as treatment goes, medications are not your only option. While they help some people immensely, others can't or won't take them, and they find other options. I'll talk medications and other solutions in other videos. 4, it's important to get diagnosed and treated as soon as possible. While our ADHD doesn't get worse, the impact of it on our lives does. Untreated ADHD can wreck our credit, affect our grades, create serious problems in relationships, and take a toll on our self-esteem. 5, I'm not a doctor. I can't diagnose you. You can't diagnose yourself. And if it turns out you do have it, good news. You're fine. Welcome to the tribe. That's it for this week. Hopefully that helps. If you have questions, leave them in the comments below or on Facebook or Twitter. And for more ADHD info, brain hacks, and humor, subscribe. Bye, brains.